Ram Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneswari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarviyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaye Vachapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Isvaraka Paramaka Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radir Govindaga Sarva Karana Karanam. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge. So here Krishna is teaching us that we are in a place which is full of miseries that we are not understanding. We have to realize and understand this fact that we are in a place which is full of troubles, full of miseries. We are trying to solve all kinds of problems in this world without even understanding the root cause of all our problems. In industries, in engineering industries, they will do if there is any problems, any failure in the design. So what they try to do is known as root cause analysis. So you need to you need to find out the root cause. That's what you need to figure it out. For example, if someone is a diabetic person, especially type 2 diabetes, so that's what is very common. Type 1 diabetes is rare. Type 2 diabetes is very common. It is self-induced diabetes. It is because of sedentary lifestyle. So the root cause we need to understand and solve it, not by taking medicine to reduce our sugar or taking insulin, all such things. That is not the solution for the problem. So when we are trying to find the solutions for our problems in this material world, is like that, becoming ourselves addicted to the medicine. The doctor says that you have to do blood test every 3 months. And then you will have to, they will increase the medication also, because all the medications actually, they will, after a certain time, they will not work that much. Then you need to increase the dose in most of the medications. So that is not the solution. The solution is our lifestyle. Our lifestyle is the problem is our lifestyle. So we need to solve that problem. Then there won't be any diabetes. If we are able to reduce the weight, that is very much possible. So then that means not obese. So the body mass index ratio, we know that. So if it is under control, so then type 2 diabetes is not going to come at all. That's what we need to understand. So same case with other things also, blood pressure and all these issues, what we have in this material. This is just giving an analogy, an example. So like that, in this material world, we are having problems and we are trying to solve the problems from outside. Trying to just solve the problems from outside means we are trying to suppress the symptoms. That is that we think that is the solution for the problems. Trying to suppress the symptoms. So that is not the solution for the problems. We need to understand the root cause of the problem and then solve the root cause. So fix the problem at the root level. So then it is completely fixed. So the root cause of our problems in this material world is by ourselves taking birth in this material world. Our birth itself is the problem. Having this material body is the problem. That's what we should fix. Having this material body and living in this temporary world, that is what is our problem. And how can we fix? How can we solve? The solution is very simple. We don't have to spend so much money these days. Even it's very expensive to do any medical procedures or anything. If you go, it's very expensive. It need not be like that. It is artificially made. That is the problem. Everything. So it's all depending upon how much you know. If others don't know, then you can loot. This is a daylight robbery. That's it. So that's what is happening. It's government sanctioned, government approved robberies. So that robbery, that's what is happening. So it's very simple, the solution. Very easy. We don't have to pay, we don't have to spend any money or anything. We just have to spend our time. So the solution, Krishna is teaching us that Anityam Asukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasva Mam. That is the solution. Having come to this temporary, miserable world, you worship me, render devotional service unto me. That is the solution for all our problems. That's it. If you do that, all our problems are solved. So, we are thinking that we are having the problem for existence, but the problem itself, here we are talking about survival of the fittest. That is nonsense. What is the point in surviving here in this material world? First of all, that also we talk only in terms of the species. There is no need to be proud that the species which I belong to is able to survive. Because as an individual, I am not going to survive. You are not going to survive. No one is going to survive. So that way, survival of the fittest is itself, that itself we don't have to think too much about it. Everyone has to die. Everyone has to lose everything in this world, whatever we gain. So the real fittest person is the person who gets this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, who can actually go to Krishna's well, Goloka, and free ourselves from this material world. So that is he is the fittest person. He is the person who is surviving. A person who is surviving is a person who is able to free from the modes of material nature and go to Goloka and enjoy with Krishna. So that is our real survival. Otherwise, in one species, if it goes, we will again come back and take another species. We need to understand that same species which is extinct. So the soul which was in that species which now is extinct, so is now in the new species which survived. So that's it. So what is the point? Survival of the fittest. The soul is already there, coming back to the different body. So we need to see everything in the soul platform. We think that dinosaurs existed and it's all gone millions of years ago. Everything died. We were those dinosaurs. We had those dinosaur bodies. That's what we need to understand. Imagine ourselves, this soul, our Atma, we are this soul, having a dinosaur body and going around everywhere. That's what happened. That is the fact. So that is the reality. That's what we need to understand. Somehow in this 8.4 million species of life, we are so fortunate, very, very fortunate, extremely fortunate that we have got the human body. And as I always say that we have got the human brain, big frontal lobe. We have to make use of it. That's what is very important. We have to make use of this human body to free ourselves from this material bondage. Because Maya is very powerful and very strong. We already understand. Already Krishna told and Arjuna also told Krishna and Krishna agreed. Everything we already understood. Maya is very strong, very powerful, and it's very, very difficult to curb the restless mind. Everything is understood. But Krishna used the word Sulabha. Sulabha means very easy. Krishna used the word also difficult. Asamsayam Mahabhago Mano Durnigraham Chalam. So it's very difficult to curb the restless mind. But Krishna used the word Sulabha. Sulabha means very easy. Ananya Chaitaha Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityasaga Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nityayuktasya Yoginaha. That's what Krishna says. I am very easy to obtain. If you are able to think only about me all the time, Satatam, Ananya Chetaga Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityasaka, without any deviation, all the time, Ananya Satatam, Ananya Chetaga Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityasaka. In 2 lines, Krishna is using the Ananya, Satatam, Nitya, all the same meaning only. Ananya means without any deviation. Satatam means always. Nitya means also always. So Ananya Chaitaga Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityasaga. If you do that, then I'm very easy to obtain. Tasya Aham Sulabhaka Partha Nityayuktasya Yoginaha. That's what we are supposed to do. We should focus our mind on Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's what we should focus. We should focus our mind only on Krishna. If you do that, then we are going to go to Krishna. It's very easy, very easy. We don't have to listen to anyone. We don't have to spend any money. We really don't have to struggle and suffer in this material world. Krishna gives us good health, good whatever we need. Because when we follow Bhagavad Gita, when we follow Krishna's instructions, so that means we are stress-free. All the problems, all the diseases are mainly due to stress. They say that stress is the third leading cause, this and all. Stress is the cause for every disease. All the disease what we have. Our digestion system is completely depends upon our stress level. They say that even scientifically, now it's very much proved that our guts have very close connection with the brain. So what we think, it immediately affects our guts, affects our digestion system, actually, everything. So there is a big connection between them. So it's very important. We already explained so many times in the past about sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system, everything I have explained. That's all science. When we study Bhagavad Gita, when we understand Bhagavad Gita, when we listen to Krishna, when we fall under the lotus feet of Krishna with love and devotion, there is no need to fear or get stressed for anything. Krishna is saying that Ma Suchaka, you do not fear. That's what Krishna is teaching us. And Kaunteya Pratijanigi Name Bhaktaga Pranasyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So when we are a devotee of Krishna, we have to be free from Vitaraga Bhaya Krodha, attachment, fear and anger. No need to fear about anything. No need to get angry for anything. And simply free from attachment to this material world, material sense objects, simply detached. So that's what is very important. So then think about Krishna. Then we'll go to Goloka. So that's what is going to happen. We need to think about our next life, where we are going to go. That's what is very important. We don't want to go and take another birth in this material world. If we are, in our case, we don't have to worry. Krishna, let Krishna take it. Because we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And we are not going to stop studying Bhagavad Gita. This is the knowledge we are not going to lose at all. All other things we will lose. Materially speaking, everything we will lose. But spiritual progress, we are not going to lose. Tatratam buddhi samyogam labate paurvadehikam yatate chatata bhuyaga samsiddhau kurunandana. That's it. Whatever Buddhism Yogam, Tatratam Buddhism Yogam, we will get it. Whatever in our previous life, Lavate Paurva Degikam. Paurva Degikam means in the previous body. In the previous body, whatever consciousness, Krishna consciousness we had, whatever progress, spiritual progress we made, it is just going to come to us. That's what Labate. Labate means we'll get it. Labate Paurva Degikam. Then again we will endeavor from where we stop. Yatate cha tata bhuyaga. Again, samsiddhav kurunandana. So again we will endeavor for perfection. That's what is going to happen. Once we get perfection, then we are going to go to Krishna. Aneka janma samprayatnat yatamanastu yogi samruddha kilbishaka aneka janma samsiddhaga tato yati param gati. So by endeavoring, by putting efforts, again, every life, prayatnat yatamanastu, then yogi samruddha kilbishaka, then freed from all the sins, yogi samruddha kilbishaka. Then what is going to happen? We are going to aneka janma samsiddhaga tato yati param gati. Many lifetimes we will slowly and steadily we will progress, and then we will reach the supreme destination. Tato yati param gatim. Yam gatva na nivartamte taddama paramam mama. If we reach that supreme destination, then we are not going to come back again to this material world. That is Krishna's supreme abode. That's what Krishna is saying there. Yad gatva na nivartamte taddama paramam mama. So that's our goal. So that's what we should do in this life. Whatever we do, we are doing, at least at this point of time, every day we are studying Bhagavad Gita. Every day we are making progress. So this is making permanent effect in our life for the soul. This progress, this spiritual growth, this spiritual progress, it's going to stay with us forever. That's what is very important. So we are not going to lose this. So it's going to stay with us forever. So this material life, whatever we gain, we are going to lose. But spiritually speaking, all the growth is permanent. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have got the opportunity to study Bhagavad Gita. So this is what is going to give us permanent bliss, happiness, everything. So this Bhagavad Gita is the source of all enjoyment, whereas this material world is the source of miseries. So peace of mind is the source of happiness. So peace of mind is the source of happiness, and Bhagavad Gita is the source of peace of mind. So Krishna says that Saddhavan labate jnanam tatparaga samyate indriyaga jnanam labdva param shantim achirena adhigacchati. So jnanam labdva, when we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we are going to get param shantim, the supreme peace. Param shantim achirena adhigacchati, without any delay. We are going to get it quickly. So Bhagavad Gita is the source of peace of mind, and peace of mind is the source of happiness. So that's why when we study Bhagavad Gita, we are going to be happy. There is no doubt about it. In other words, if we don't study Bhagavad Gita, we are not going to be happy. There is no doubt. So we are very fortunate. We are able to study Bhagavad Gita by Krishna's causeless mercy. We have successfully finished 19 slokas in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna in the 11th sloka to 30th sloka in the second chapter, explaining very scientifically that we are not the body, we are the soul. So the scientific understanding of the soul we are getting completely from this chapter, these slokas. So Krishna is teaching that in the 18th sloka what we studied, that Antavanta ime deha Nityasyoktaaga Sharirinaga Anashino Aprameyasya Tasmadyudyasva Bharata. So this deha, this body will come to an end, whereas the soul, the Sharirinaga, is always eternal. It will never come to an end. It is indestructible and it is immeasurable. Therefore, you fight Bharata. That's what Krishna is teaching. So the material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata. Then Krishna is teaching in the next sloka what we are studying. We studied yesterday very nicely. Yayenam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate katham ubau tau na vijanito nayam khamti nahanyate. Anyone who knows that the soul can be a killer, hantaram, or the soul can be killed. Anyone who thinks that the soul can be killed. Both of them are not in knowledge. Ubautau na vijanito. Both of them don't know anything. Because the soul cannot kill and the soul cannot be killed. So that's what Krishna is saying. Nayam hanti na hanyati. Neither he who thinks the living entity, the slayer, nor he who thinks its slain is in knowledge. For the self slays not, nor is slain. Now, in the next sloka, Krishna is giving us the law of conservation of soul. We know the law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be changed from one form into another. That's what we studied, the law of conservation of energy. So what is the law of conservation of soul? The soul can neither be created and nor be destroyed. It can be transmigrated from one body into another body. That's it. There is the law of conservation of soul. We understand it very clearly. So Krishna is teaching us that na jayate mriyate va kadasin nayam bhutva bhavita vanabhuyaga ajo nityaga shasvatoyam purano Nahanyate hanyamane sarire. That's what Krishna is doing. Na jayate. It neither takes birth. There is no birth for the soul. It's always there. Prakritim purusham chaiva vidyanadi ubhavapi. That's what we studied in the 13th chapter also. So it is always there. Anadi. So that way the soul has neither birth. Mriyate. Na mriyate. Na jayate mriyate means it's na jayate na mriyate. So the soul is neither birth nor death at any point of time. Kadasin, at any point of time, at any time. Nayam bhutva pavita vana bhuyaga. It does not come into being. It did not come into being. It does not come into being. It will not come into being. That's what Nayam bhutva is the bhutva. Is the past, present, and future. Bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaga. Bhuyaga is future. So then ajo nityaga sasvato yam purana. Ajo means it is unborn. Nityaga means it's eternal. Sasvata means it's permanent. Sasvata. Purana means it's oldest. So nitya, sasvata both are same. Eternal, permanent both are same. So ajo means unborn. Ajo nityaga sasvato yam purano. Nahanyate kanyamani sarire. When this body is destroyed, hanyamani sarire, the soul is not destroyed. Nahanyate hanyamani sarire. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So for the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. So that's what Krishna is teaching very nicely about the soul. So we are that soul. We are not the body. We are the soul. We are always there. So we are understanding this very clearly from Bhagavad Gita. So, but the problem is that even though we are not destroyed at all, but the problem is that we are stuck inside the body which gets destroyed. Na khanyate khanyamane sarire. So nice to know that we are not destroyed. We are eternal. It's very nice to know that. But it's really very bad thing that we are stuck in this material body which is getting destroyed. So that's why we are struggling and suffering in this material world. Birth, old age, disease and death, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi. That is only there for the body, which we are struggling, we are suffering. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 20th sloka in the second chapter now, today. And now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Timir Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions. So Guruji, actually my computer got, my phone got restarted, so I don't know if there are any questions in the chat.
No,
but
Prabhu.
I think devotees can raise hand and then ask their questions.
Yeah, no questions, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu. So now I think.
Okay, Guruji. I think no devotee has raised hand. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class.
Guruji is reading, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Suresh Tabi Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Today's class was wonderful, Guruji. One question like I'm having is like you said that the soul is not it is unborn. So, but then when we actually see in the world, so many population is increasing, and then everybody is like the person is having a soul. So is it that the number of souls are increasing? Then how is that increasing?
We need to think about the number of souls in this universe, not in this earth alone, Prabhu. First of all, even in this earth alone also, we are only looking at the human population, but how many, each and every grass is a soul only, correct? There are so many, correct? It's beyond our imagination. Like if you consider other species, plants, even every mosquito, every thing is a soul only, correct? So that way, it's all beyond our conception. We cannot even, beyond our, it's inconceivable. This kind of question has been asked already, but when there are billions of galaxies, and in each and every galaxy, there are billions of solar systems, suns, and each and every solar system also, there are so many planets. So in all these things, if we consider, so the soul can go and we already understood from Bhagavad Gita that Urdhvam Gachanti Sattvasta, Madhye Tistanti Rajasa, Jaganya Guna Vrittista, Adho Gachanti Tamasa. The soul can take birth in any planet, correct? It can go upwards in the middle level, lower level, all kinds of things. So that way, this count is very difficult. You cannot even.
Like it was a hypothetical question for me. Like see, because the population of the world is increasing, and then everybody is also having a soul. So I was just wondering, means this soul is Guruji traveling from one planet to other planet. Also, it is going to.
That's correct. The soul can go.
Okay, Guruji.
Yes,
thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
One planet to another planet, one species to another species. All such things are happening, bro.
Okay, Guruji. But what about trees, Guruji? Like, see, we say that tree is also having a jiva, you know.
Which one, Prabhu?
Trees.
Oh, trees, yeah. Trees also souls. Yes. They are also. That's why all the plants, trees.
So the trees also are having a soul, Guruji?
Yeah. They all have soul.
Okay, Guruji.
Krishna is using that Sattvam, Stavara, Jangamam. Stavara means which is immovable. Jangamam means which is movable. So that's what Stavara, Jangamam. So immovable, the souls with the immovable bodies and the souls with the movable bodies. Yes.
Immovable bodies means like Guruji, like then all the
Stavara means the trees, the plants, and all those things. They are in the same place. They cannot move.
Yeah, but similarly, like if you see the stones and other things also do not.
No. Stones are simply matter which is not growing. So that we cannot.
Okay.
Stavara means it is not the stones. Stavara means it is the plants and the other all those trees and all. That's what Stavara. In Tamil, we have called botany is known as Davara Viyal. So that's what we call it as botany. So like that is Stavara. It's yes.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, your voice is not clear, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I know you are saying Hare Krishna mantra, but I'm not able to hear you. Hare Krishna. I think you got me. Chitrita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Vishnavardhana Rao Prabhu. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
दंडवत प्रणाम. हरे
धन्यवाद.
कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा
Hare Rama,
रामा
Rama
रामा
Rama, Hare
हरे हरे. आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहे.
Hare
थैंक यू
Krishna.
गुरु जी. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Tapati Ghosh Mataji, Hare Krishna. Suresh Kumar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm listening daily, but I'm not able to join
Yes,
early. Yeah.
no problem.
Thank you Guruji, for another wonderful class.
Thank you.
And thanks,
Just
Prabhuji.
1 second.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Just 1 second. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Sunil Shivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
हरे
Prabhu.
कृष्णा गुरुजी, दंडवत प्रणाम गुरुजी. हरे
Pranam,
कृष्णा
Prabhu.
कृष्णा
Hare
कृष्णा
Krishna.
कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम.
Ram
हरे
Ram, Hare
कृष्णा गुरुजी, हरे
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Nitin Bele Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Pranams Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Actually, I joined today late, and also from the long time I joined today.
No problem. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So
No
you can
question, Prabhu.
follow through our YouTube recordings, Prabhu.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Mithun Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, how are you?
Krishna Prabhu. By Krishna's castless mercy, I'm fine, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you Guruji for the wonderful lesson today. It's amazing.
Yes, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy, we are able to understand everything. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Guruji. So when Lord says soul is never born, it's always there. Does it include only living beings, Guruji?
Yeah. All the living beings, souls, yes, Prabhu. All the souls.
Okay, Guruji. I mean, they say Lord is everywhere, in every atom, everything.
Yeah.
So those things are not accounted for. Is that right, Guruji?
Where is Krishna? Krishna is there everywhere, but the individual soul, Atma, is having different bodies. It's taking different bodies.
Okay, Guruji.
So the
I
soul
mean, I was...
means...
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry,
Prabhu.
Guruji. Go ahead.
No, tell me, Prabhu, what did you say?
So sometimes they say, right, there are people in the form of stones, like, Ahalya in Ramayana, where she was turned into stone. So
Yeah, maybe not that stone, maybe inside that stone, but stone itself is not a living entity. It's just a material. That's matter, earth, water, fire, air, space. That's it. Our body is made up of such things. Our body is made up of. So you can have a stone body, but I don't know, in this material where we are not seeing anyone as having a stone body. Correct?
okay, Guruji.
It's possible. So stone body, fire body, air body, all those things. Our body is made up of this matter only. But
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Shashiko Padmataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you Guruji for today's class. It was really very wonderful. And you gave a good analogy of the root cause analysis. How we are trying to solve the problems from outside because we are attached to the outer world, the material world. So
Yes.
we need to actually follow Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna says, and just follow and try to like surrender ourselves to the soul, the Paramatma. So I guess that is the right thing.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Guruji, once again. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Chitrita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Am I
Hare
heard? Okay.
Yes,
And
Mataji.
thank you
Very
very
audible.
much. Thank you very much for today's class. And what I understand from today also, and for all your lessons, is that we have to go through this miserable world, but with the fearlessly thinking that Krishna is with us. That's all. That's what we can't just give up everything, is it? But we have to think that Krishna is with us. That's all I think will take us through
That
this
is
journey.
correct. That is correct. We are going to remember all the time Krishna and do everything for Krishna. So then there is no problem. If you
True.
forget Krishna, we are going to struggle and suffer. If you remember Krishna, that's it. That's why Krishna is there. Imam prapya bhajasva mam. Having come to this temporary miserable world, you worship me. That's what Krishna is doing.
Very true.
Manmana, bhavamat bhakto, madhyaji, mam namaskuru. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer your obeisances unto me. Mame vaisasi yuktva atmana matparayana. So if you always work for me, then you will come to me. That's what mame vaisasi. That's what Krishna.
And another thing, Guruji, although I see Krishna, my mind, the name that comes to me is Narayan. Am I making any mistake?
No,
I mean,
Krishna expanded as Mahavishnu, who is known as Narayana.
Achha.
So
Because
Krishna is in Golokha. Yes, Mataji.
that is the first name whenever I'm praying. I see Krishna, but I think of it comes to me involuntarily. Narayan comes to me.
Yeah,
So
Narayana is Krishna only. Krishna's expansion only Narayana.
That's it. Thank you so much, Guruji. This is one clarification I wanted. That's all, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Munmun Mataji, Hare Krishna. Palaniappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Today's class also, today is very special, I felt. Because it is very much interesting. And finally, you told that Bhagavad Gita is the source of peace, and peacefulness is a source of happiness.
That is correct.
This is like another slogan, more or less.
Yes.
But one doubt I am having is the main major, maybe foolish, I am not clear. When always we have to be peaceful, this is the only way to follow. That means the soul is not enjoying at all. It is always peaceful. No happiness.
That is
no
the enjoyment. When we are peaceful, we are enjoying. There is a real enjoyment. There is a real happiness.
That means the real happiness is only peacefulness.
That is correct. See, Krishna is simply asking a question, and the question itself answer is there. Ashantasya kuta sukham. When there is no peace of mind, where from happiness comes? That's what Krishna is asking. So happiness means mind is not disturbed. That means we are happy. Mind is peaceful. When mind is agitated, mind is disturbed, then we are sad. We are not happy.
That means even if you go to Goloka, there is soul. Is all the soul are just peaceful soul?
Always enjoyment only. There is no suffering, struggle at all. Yes.
That means we have to take it as enjoyment is only peacefulness, not the enjoyment which we get. We call it as happiness due to so many achievements that this.
No, they are all false enjoyments. They are not there.
Always trouble is waiting. If any achievement comes, trouble is waiting. That
In fact,
means
Krishna is saying that is the source of our miseries, not enjoyment. Yegi samsparsa ja bhoga, yegi samsparsa ja bhoga, dukkayo nayayevate adyantavantaka kaunteya nateshu ramate budaga. So whatever material sense enjoyment, that is actually the source of our miseries. And it has got beginning and end. So that's what is the problem. Yes.
That means when we go to Goloka, there is for all the souls there is no beginning, no end, and that is different type of living at all, living. Am I right?
Yes, same soul without any miseries, all the time enjoying. That's it. No more miseries, fully enjoying all the time. It is a sasvatam padam, it's a permanent abode, and it is anamayam, no miseries there.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Guru.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Asha Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for wonderful class. By Krishna's grace, we will attend transcendental peace only.
Yes, Mataji.
No questions, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank
Hare
you for the
Krishna.
class. I had missed the beginning portion a bit. I was doing some other household work at that time and couldn't concentrate. I will listen to the YouTube, Guruji.
YouTube,
And
yes,
I also want to thank Palniappan Prabhu for having sent me the PDF of some of his
very nice.
from his diary.
Okay.
Maybe I thought instead of him scanning and making PDF, I'll probably take the diary itself and type out all the pages and keep. And at whatever point of time we are uploading it, you can verify the typed transcript and you can add if you want to make additions and deletions to it, you can do it.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, that's very nice.
We will discuss that later, Guruji.
We'll discuss and about that person who is developing the website. We will discuss. Yes, Mataji. We will discuss.
Yeah, it's all small one only. That A5 size, handwritten one side.
That's good. That's good. That should be easy to read.
Samples, yeah. So for whichever days he has taken, the notes he has sent about 10-15 pages. So those I'll type it in, and then we'll see how to
yes, Mataji.
Have it distributed to everyone.
Yes, then afterwards we can do that. After we will first share it and then we'll this month.
Yes,
very
Guruji.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you for the class, Guruji. Thank you very
Mataji.
much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna. Brinda Jaising Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. This today's class of soul and is very difficult to understand for me, but still I'm trying to understand, Guruji.
You can listen again once again through our YouTube thing and try to listen.
Yes, Guruji, because it's very difficult. Intellectual understanding I did, Guruji, but what is this soul and the soul will go migrate? All these things, we have a different understanding, Guruji, because of our earlier experience or exposure. I mean, exposure and I had different kind of an understanding about soul and how they, after death, what they will do and all. I had a different kind of an understanding. That's where I'm getting confused. I have to correlate now. I have to.
You have to just understand what Krishna is teaching.
What Krishna is telling. That I have to come to in terms with. That I take some time to correlate. Ultimately, what Krishna is the ultimate. That's where I'm getting very confused. Anyhow, Shashireka Mataji and myself will talk a lot. Confusion, Guruji. Then based on this thing, I'll get an in-depth understanding. All my misunderstanding should go away about the soul. That's what we will do, Guruji. Anyhow, you be teaching us every day. That's what I felt after this class, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji, for everyday's class and keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Actually, Brinda Jaising
Hare
Mataji should go first.
Okay, yeah, Brinda Jaising Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. Yes. Hare Krishna. You can hear me now, Guruji?
Yes, Mataji, I'm able to hear you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, I'm able to hear you.
Very nice class. It's a deeper understanding. And Guruji, Arjuna was battlefield and he decided not to fight. But he was not having this knowledge of the soul. So Krishna is giving this knowledge to Arjuna about the soul.
That is correct.
Guruji?
Yes, that
Yes.
is correct.
So my question is that our soul is entangled with the sense objects and gratification. That is why we are not having this knowledge. But we have to give up that sense gratification and make Krishna's senses happy.
Yes. Then we will be happy. Exactly. Yes, we need to give up, and by experiencing the higher taste, we'll automatically give up the lower taste. Yes.
So, Guruji, when he is telling Arjuna this, so Arjuna is, of course, very much like all of us at that point of time. But it takes for us so long to really, put it into practice and understand and surrender. So, how did it happen for Arjuna at that point of time?
Because he was with Krishna and he understood the entire Bhagavad Gita, and that Bhagavad Gita knowledge gave him, because he realized that he has to please Krishna. That's what. So that's the understanding. So if Krishna himself is saying, that's what we also should do. When Krishna is teaching us this Bhagavad Gita, when we take it to our heart, we just have to do what Krishna is teaching us. Our goal, when our goal becomes, it's only pleasing Krishna, so then other things all will become secondary. So automatically it happens. So when we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, fully understand it completely, then that's what happens. Arjuna could understand everything, and he decided to serve Krishna because Krishna was with him. He is his close friend and his cousin, and from childhood they were together, all such things. So Arjuna took all, whatever Krishna said, everything he agreed, accepted. So that's why Karishye Vachanam Tava, I'm going to act as per your instructions. That's what happened. So that should happen with all of us also. Yes, Mother.
So,
and
Guruji,
Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita also, anyone who listens to our sacred conversation, they will follow everything. That's what. Yes, Mother. What did you say, Mother?
Yes, so Guruji, when he is telling him that you are a soul and that means the events will happen anyways, whether you find or no, the relatives and all are already killed. I mean, that only has to unfold. The situation only has to unfold. So he's preparing him in that sense. But that means in our lives also, every situation that is happening is already happened and it's only unfolding with our reactions.
That's correct. So when we have this knowledge, what is happening right now, we are getting this knowledge. When we have this knowledge fully, completely, again and again, when we are studying so many times, then we are going to use this knowledge, apply this knowledge. Already we are, you must have noticed yourself from the beginning when you started attending and now, how much faith you have on Krishna, correct? There is a big change, yes, correct, Mataji?
Yes, Guruji, that is definitely true. I mean, there's not a day passed from the time I began with this WhatsApp journey that I have not, thought of Krishna or thought of neglecting the class, unless maybe I'm just 10-15 minutes late, or maybe just one day or 2 days I have not attended.
Yes.
But otherwise, I'm always looking at the time and try not to miss out, and especially if I miss out this, I mean, I miss out on the YouTube. I can go, but what I am having over here live, I'm more happier than to just listen to the YouTube. So I try not to miss it. But I understood, Guruji, that it is the soul that we need to enjoy with Krishna, not with this sense enjoyments of this materialistic world. So the soul is actually entrapped only with all this enjoyment of desires of this material world. We need to make that diversion.
That's done. That will happen. Once we have this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, start serving Krishna, we don't have to make the diversion. We will not have any time to go after the material sense objects. We will be fully engaged in serving Krishna. That's what happens.
Yes, Guruji. So when we are using the word we are meaning not our body, our soul. And we need to connect with Krishna, the super soul, in short.
Yes, yes, ma'am. That's it. That is possible
Yes,
only by studying.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Guruji.
Very nice
Thank
points.
you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful class.
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't have any questions today. It's just good to see, Arjuna's journey.
Yes.
In trying to understand. I mean, obviously, he's a lot smarter than all of us. So
There
he
is
got
no
it in
doubt.
the first shot. So he got it in the first shot. And, obviously, he was being preached by Krishna himself.
Yes.
But, it's not that we doubt something, but sometimes we just have to have the faith and keep the faith strong. I think that's pretty much what I'm learning.
That's it. That's it. Faith.
And just trust him completely, right? I mean, I'm not doubting at all. I'm just leaving it to him and doing the best I can. So
exactly.
That's where I am at. But thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful class. And I'm looking forward to the unfolding of Gita as it keeps coming, right? So I've read it, but it's just good to see and hear all the discussion points.
Yes,
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mun Mataji, Hare Krishna. Shashireka Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Very interesting questions. Very, very interesting class as usual, and very interesting questions. Every time people ask, the devotees ask questions, I think, or share their viewpoints, their experiences, I think we gain so much knowledge, so much of insight into Bhagavad Gita, into how we should live our life. So what Brinda Mataji was asking was, that's a very valid question. How could Arjuna, and then Deepesh Prabhu added saying that it's just in one shot he was smarter than all of us. Of course he was smarter. And of course he had Krishna right next to him all the time. So yes, yeah. But yes, and we are so far away from that. And, so that it will take many cycles of Bhagavad Gita for us to, not just one, many cycles for us to understand and to kind of practice, to implement it in our lives completely. When I say implementation, I meant complete implementation, because by parts I'm seeing, and I think a lot of devotees will also agree that they are seeing that transformation little by little is happening, like Deepesh Prabhu said, that have total faith. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the only way, not doubt and have total faith. And yeah. And it was very interesting to two other things from your initial introduction were very interesting. One interesting thing from the introduction and one from today's shloka, that law of conservation of soul. That was beautiful. Yeah. That was just beautiful. What a nice way of saying law of conservation of soul.
That's correct.
Yeah, it is so nice. I think it just, that is something, these are things that stay, Guruji. Because
Yes.
we've always, as science students, we've all thought of, law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of energy. And now
Energy.
spiritually, you're learning law of conservation of soul. So
Yes.
very, very nice. And the other thing that I wanted to say was what you talked about, root cause analysis.
Yes. Yes.
For us, as people from quality and from implementation of ISO 9001, the most important thing we are taught is root cause analysis.
Yes.
That is very important. And what you said about disease, I agree with you, because I'm myself a diabetic, and I've seen the reason I've chosen to go away from this kind of the typical treatment that is happening is because of this, that there is no root cause analysis. There is nothing. It is just, there is a problem. You are trying to, whatever is the manifestation, you are trying to provide a solution to the manifestation, but it does not actually take away the problem. So the problem still is in your system, and you continue to have problems. And therefore, one has to go back to, like you said, root cause, analyze the root cause, and then take it forward from there and eliminate the root cause. And that is when the problem will go away. So change your lifestyle, get into meditation, do all these things, do, exercises, change your eating habits, so many things. And I can see the transformation. I've been able to reduce my medication to 1/4.
Yes.
Which is, and I'm on the process of reversal. I know I have to go get to the process where I'll be free of medication. The stage where I'm free of medication. Yeah. And I'm doing everything, all the possible, and it's all scientifically done. It's not that you're doing it without science, So I'm gathering all the scientific information and doing it scientifically. Unfortunately, Guruji, the medical the medical system in every part of the world is such that they are in such collusion with pharmaceutical companies.
They don't want us to follow lifestyle, good lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's why all these fast food restaurants, they are the killers.
Yeah.
They give all
And
the
these
fast
people
food.
are more than happy to promote medication, because that is where they get their money from, the pharma companies.
It's all stupid. It's all
Exactly. So I think if we stay away from medication, the best way to live life is stay away from medication as far as possible.
Follow
Unless
what
of
Krishna
course,
says. Eat. Don't eat too much. Don't eat too little. That's it.
Exactly.
Don't sleep too much. Don't sleep too little.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. And so for me, I think that is what has. I have seen the changes that it has brought in me, and I always thank Krishna, because Guruji, what has happened is this one thing I have to share, that everything happened at the same time for me. Getting into Bhagavad Gita class, though I am a Krishna devotee, I have always gone through so many difficulties and surrendered to him long back. But like I said the other day, reverse, backward integration, to understand Gita and to realize why that surrender, why this knowledge of Atma was there, but to actually experience, to implement that everyone is a soul, to see the soul in everyone, not the body, all these things, and then this medical, this health, all these things happen together. So I am so blessed that I always say thank you, Krishna, that you made all of it happen together, that for me, I'm able to relate to everything now, that it's all coming together. So I'm extremely grateful to you, extremely indebted to you, that you are keeping all of us in Krishna consciousness on track. And very, very, and I'm looking forward to being in Krishna's service all the time, Guruji, all the time.
Krishna is keeping all of us in track, and he's giving so much of. Now we are already now able to see how much work he is giving to us.
Yes, Guruji, yes. And I'm waiting to do all that, thanking him that he has chosen me for this service. Thanking him, Guruji.
All of us are going to become very busy in serving Krishna, Mother.
Yes,
no doubt.
absolutely, Guruji. It's an extremely beautiful and a wonderful journey, Guruji. Thank you so much. Indebted to you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Dipesh Prabhu shared that your talk is very inspirational.
Thank you, Dipesh Prabhu. I draw energy and inspiration from all of you.
That's correct.
Thank you, Shashidekha Mataji, for inspiring me to look after my health a little more and keeping more faith. So thank you for that.
Yeah, not at all. I was like that. I was so busy with work. I was not focusing on my health, and look where it got me. So now the focus is very clear. It's Krishna, it's health, it's service. you know. That's all. Yeah.
That is awesome. Thank you very much.
Yes, yeah. Welcome all the time.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ravin Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have nothing to say. Everything Shashirika Mataji mentioned, Prabhuji. So it's wonderful class. Thank you. No question, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Munmun Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for this wonderful class. I was just listening the question and answers, and everyone devotees talk only,
Yes,
enjoying it. So no questions from my side, Guruji. I think the devotees from India side, they are very enthusiastic and very active in participating in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna, Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Tejasvi, Mataji, are you able to unmute? Hare Krishna. Kadiravan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, all the devotees. Today's class is wonderful class, Guruji. Very thank you. Thank you for the class. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful session, and really, it's a very important class, and all the students should be introduced to this Gita, and so that it's a lifestyle, it's a art, it's a science. So generally, students commit suicide also because getting bad result. So that should be compulsory and mandatory for all students, and it is a art. So I find it is a guest analogy that you are a sailor, and this kind of world is just like a ship, and how to cross, and you to all the devotees, we are all the passengers, seamen, ship passengers, and you are just like act as a sailor, how to reach my passengers in the safe place, and you try your best, all energies and effort and exhausted for how to reach that, and it's a great thing that it is an art. So I find this is just like that your guru is the navika, the sailor. What you are the preceptor, the guru is how to my devotees, how they transform themselves, as a Sasireka Mataji told, and that you have to transformation takes place. So you transform into right being, perfect being. You try all your endeavor and to make us perfect. Particularly the students in the colleges and schools, and particularly should be increased. I feel it's very urgent now. Now the students are misled because the system of education is defective now. So the right kind of education. It's not like a. Don't think that it is a religion. It's like a Jivan darshan, Jivan or lifestyle. It's a philosophy, how to lead life kind of life. It is a, we should, it's a very Jivan Sangita, what you feel, it's a lifestyle. It should how the devotees, only 30, 20 devotees are present. It is urgent for all people. All the devotees, those are concerned as a human being. I feel it's so urgent. Now I feel the importance, I am very sad that we have to inject the people, make them transform and read Gita, and it's not like that. It's a lifestyle. What should we? It's a, like a life is a struggle. Like Kurukshetra is like a, just like a battle, and how to overcome that. And you should there is a fight and conflict between truth and untruth, and this lifestyle, and we should be how to overcome us into our mind regularly in the morning, particularly the whole day, how we become successful, and you try all your um, uh, uh, try your best to inculcate into your mind that is that jnana. There's a final knowledge, the ultimate knowledge you are injecting into your mind regularly, inculcating into your mind. And really, I'm very grateful to you, Guruji. And that Lord Krishna has himself uttered all these things. You are lucky and fortunate enough to listen to your long lecture. And really, that all things are described. Khetra, Khetra, Jnam, Prakriti, Purusha, everything is narrated here. You have created that Niskarma Karma, Yoga, and these all terms. That this kind of subtle knowledge is very important in our day-to-day life. You have cited all these things. And Samatvam Jogo Gichate Jogo Karma. These lines are and they all must. And really, I'm very grateful, Guruji, for a wonderful lecture, enlightening talk. And Pranam Guruji, I offer my obeisance and rather prostrations unto your lotus feet. And Satata Naman, Pranam Guruji, wonderful session. Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let's listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Ram Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, sorry, Guruji, I was in another meeting, Guruji. I couldn't listen. Yesterday's Tamil class also halfway I dozed off, Guruji. I was listening, I don't know what happened, Guruji. I was chanting with you. Then
Yes,
after that,
I know it's very late for you. Yes,
when I woke up, it was around 4 a.m., Guruji. I was listening then. But I had a very good sleep, Guruji, after a very long time. All these days, Guruji, because the year end is coming, the financial year end. So under a lot of pressure, Guruji, there are many payments pending. So I have to go and literally shout at them, then get the things done, Guruji. Though it looks very harsh, but I'm forced to do that, Guruji. That's like how Arjuna is fighting on the war. So I have to go and take a very hard steps, Guruji. Otherwise, it's very difficult to meet the financial targets, Guruji. Customers are not paying. So that also put me in a stressful situation, Guruji. But I don't react. I don't feel, Guruji. That's because of you only. Otherwise, generally at this time, I used to erupt and go. And these days, things are very good, Guruji.
can
Hare Krishna.
follow it on YouTube. Hare Krishna.
Hello, Guruji. Be able
Yes,
to hear
Prabhu.
me?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm able to hear you. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, okay, Guruji. It went on a screensaver mode. It's a new phone, Android phone,
No, I
Guruji.
was able to hear you.
Okay, okay, Guruji. You're able to hear, right, Guruji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, because my other iPhone is I'm using it for office purpose, and this one I tried, and it's also the screen goes off, Guruji. So I'm not sure I'm unable to use this as well. Okay, Guruji. So let's talk. Everything is fine, Guruji, because of the Krishna consciousness. So I'm also very happy, despite of all this worry, anxiety, and all, Guruji. Nothing affects me. I'm very happy. I really enjoy every moment of my life, Guruji. Though there are impending needs, a lot of tough targets. It's almost like a war, but I'm enjoying, Guruji. Every moment is very joyful because Krishna is within me. Krishna is guiding me, Guruji. I offered prasadam, I lit lamps, everything. Well, every day is a festive day for me, Guruji. All are good. This is because of you, Guruji. Very much indebted to you. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. It's a night for you, right, Guruji? Have a pleasant night,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Guruji, one more thing. Sorry, Guruji, I wanted to tell. I gave call for a kitchen assistant in my Krishna Consciousness Society, the Krishna Reading Society. I've just responded while you were conducting a class. Then you did mention earlier in Mumbai IIT, you went and helped them in the kitchen, cut the vegetables and all right. So I'm starting that, Guruji. Saturday afternoon, I've dedicated, Guruji. So that is another wonderful opportunity Krishna has given to
Very
me.
nice. Excellent. Prabhu. Very nice. Very nice. Yes.
It is one of the very highly privileged job for me, Guruji. So I used to work with C-suite managers and all. Even I myself was in the boards, few boards in Singtel and other places, Guruji. But I find this is the greatest privilege, Guruji. I think that's the reason Krishna has asked me to come live in Singapore, Guruji. And it is going to transform me, Guruji. I think the moment I started serving Krishna, all our plans will go in a very big way, Guruji. Krishna will
Very
lead us.
good. No doubt. No doubt. Very nice, Prabhu. Very nice to hear. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna to you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We'll again see tomorrow. Hare Krishna.